Hi everyone, Dr. Amy Avalar here with Acupuncture Practice Systems. This video is going to talk about personal injury cases and specifically why so many acupuncturists avoid them. Whenever I bring up personal injury patients, I usually get one of two responses. The first one is, I do not take PI cases. And the second one is, I've heard horror stories about taking PI cases. The reality is that many practitioners never learned how liens work, and so they avoid them altogether. And honestly, I can totally understand why. It can be extremely confusing, especially if you don't understand the paperwork, the communication process, the timelines, or how you're ultimately getting paid, which is extremely important, right? This can all be intimidating. But personal injury patients can also be a valuable part of a practice when they're handled correctly. These kinds of patients are often dealing with significant pain, injuries, and functional limitations after their accident, and they very much benefit from consistent care, and most are looking for providers who understand how to work within the personal injury system. One of the biggest mistakes that I see practitioners make is they either are accepting every PI case without any process, or they're refusing all PI cases because they are afraid of making a mistake. In my opinion, neither approach is ideal. The key is understanding the process. You need to understand what documents you need, how to communicate with attorneys, how to document appropriately for a lien, how reductions work, and what happens when your case settles, and then what your role is throughout the entire process, right? Once you understand those things, personal injury cases become much less intimidating. And just like anything else in business, uncertainty creates fear, but education can create confidence. If you have been curious about personal injury cases, but you weren't really sure where to start, I'd recommend taking my course, my CEU course, Navigating Personal Injury Liens in Acupuncture Practice. This is a very concise 1-hour CEU. It's designed to give you practical understanding of how liens work within an acupuncture practice. We cover terminology, documentation, communication with attorneys, payment processes, common pitfalls, and what to expect when you're treating personal injury patients. My goal is definitely not to convince you that every acupuncturist should take lien cases. My goal is to help you understand the process well enough to make an informed decision about whether personal injury liens are a good fit for you and your practice. By the end of this course, you will have a much clearer understanding of how lien cases work, what your responsibilities are, and the potential benefits and challenges that might be involved. Whether you ultimately decide that you do or you do not want to accept lien patients in your practice, you'll be able to make that decision from a place of knowledge and confidence rather than from a place of fear and uncertainty. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.